That's not what I wanted to do. All right. Let's get rolling. So, those of you that do tune in often, earlier today I streamed without a mic. But I did do a lot of graphical stuff. I was just basically ripping the sprites from a Frogger sprite sheet that I found. So yeah. Hey, what's up? Jamar Digital. How do I manage complex products? I mean, it kind of depends how. One thing that I kind of a system that I use is first of all, is my mic versus audio volume okay? Just want to make sure the sound's not too strong. But one thing I do is some simple stuff is I have an event that just takes care of my global variables, so they're all on one event sheet. I have an event sheet that just handles all of my functions, and then I make sure I include that sheet on any sheets that use those functions. That's a couple ways to keep things organized. I use groups a lot. Not only to be able to turn them on and off when I need to, but also to keep things organized, kind of like I did here. And then you can create groups inside of groups, so that's just another way to keep it organized. I know as you start getting big, it starts getting a little bit confusing. That's why I try to separate the things that I can into their own event sheets the best I can. Hopefully that's what the kind of the answer you were looking for. On Frogger now, I need to get our logs going, so I'm just going to jump into Photoshop real quick and make our logs. I'm going to need to cut this up, I think. What's going on there? Da, 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 da. Oops. Image crop. This one's kind of hard to see, so I'm just going to add a background just so we have something we can see. That's not what I wanted. What's going on? Some weird happened to the log. I think my Photoshop might not be set up the same way I have it set up at work. Alright, I'll work with that. You're welcome, man. So what I basically need to do is... Alright, so our log, how big is this? 42 by 10. 42 does not, 3 does not divide into there, does it? Oh, it does, 14. Huh, my math is good. So I need to break this up into 3 14 by 10 sprites. Alright, we are showing pixels. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, that should be good. And then 28. Cool. Actually, I just need to do this for the ones that we're making longer, so I don't necessarily need to break this out. So, okay. So this by itself is going to be log 1. Wait for my hard drive to spin up. There we go. And I need to resize it. So $32. Let's make it maybe 25. Ooh, blurry, bad. That's what we want. Here we go. Alright, let's see how that does. Yeah. Log 1. I forgot to, yeah. So let's see, this is 32, 64, 96. By 32. Is okay, so if we do a height of, alright, so basically that 96. Okay. Darn it, why did it save that? 96. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome, welcome. Okay, there we go. That should fix that issue. There we go. Let's see, this one is 5 pieces, so basically I need to add 2 middle pieces. So 32 times 5 is 160. 160 by 32 is what I need this one to be. I want to increase the width by 64. Yeah. Oops. Dink. Dink. All right. That's not the whole thing. I need a Control Shift copy. Yeah, it is kind of difficult to do that. I agree. I'd never really worked in a team before, but I can see how it would be a nightmare. For sure, for sure. Hey, thanks, Dib. I really appreciate that. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'll have an announcement I can make about future tutorials. Not to get into it too much, but Skira is going to be doing something in terms of video tutorials as well, and have asked me to help. So hopefully that will be I'll be able to discuss that pretty soon, because that's pretty exciting. Exciting for me especially because I love I just love doing tutorials. I love teaching this stuff. To me, it's right now it's oops, it's more fun than making games sometimes. Uh, 32 times 4 is 128, right? Yeah. Save, and this is log 3. And that should conclude getting all these logs finished up. Initially, I wasn't going to worry about putting in, real graphics. It's more about getting there, but I figured why not. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Alright, so let's see how everything's looking. Ah! I'm horrible at my own game. We're looking pretty good, I think. Oh, I'm not pinning on those guys. What happened there? Earlier today, when I put in all the animations for the frog, I really screwed up some stuff, so... let's just do set bounding box on these. Okay, so did I not pin to any of those? I fixed the pin to the turtles earlier. Oh. Alright, so I seem to pin to those just fine. And I'm dying like a million times again. Okay, we need to go do some cleanup in here. Collisions. Yeah, see a lot of this stuff where I was checking the animation frame as well. Messed me up. So I just need to remove that, and let's add in a trigger once. That should fix that. And why am I not pinning to the logs? Logs are part of my floaters family, right? Oops. Yep. I'm not moving. I'm overlapping water, and I'm not over. Okay. And I'm overlapping floaters. Floaters pick nearest to frog X. Y. Frog pinto. Okay, that should be working. Let's see. No, I did not pin to that. When I'm hitting the water, I'm losing a bunch of lives. I need a trigger once here too. So why am I not sticking to that one big log? Let's see what we can figure out here. Oops. I hate when bugs are far enough away from the game where you have to play the game for like some time each time. Alright, I'm not pinning that guy. And I'm still losing all my lives when I hit the water. Only when I'm on the log, though. Alright, I'm pinning to these. Whoa. Yeah, something's definitely up with the pin on the logs. And my lives are still going crazy when I die in water. If I'm overlapping water, I'm not moving and I'm not overlapping a floater. Call game over. Trigger once. So why is that getting called multiple times? That's gonna mess stuff up too. We need to change this to is playing. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the follow, guys. What's going on? Let me make sure I got these named right. Death. Okay. And animation death is. Oops. Invert is not playing. And they do the same thing down here. Okay. If I'm not moving anymore and I'm overlapping a floater, pick the nearest floater to my frog and then pin me to the floater. Something doesn't quite click in there. Well, I fixed that at least. For some reason, I'm not pinning to the logs all the time. Now, I had that problem earlier with the turtles, so what did I do to fix that? Well, it's the same thing because they're both floaters. I added that to fix it. Huh. If I put that there, does it fix the logs but breaks the turtles again? Well, it definitely broke the turtles. Okay, so no. Nothing's unpinning it. I'm curious. If I change this to log 2. Let's see if I can get past the turtles to get on the log 2. No. Alright, something is causing that unpin, and I was having this issue earlier. I don't know if it's an issue with pin or what. And the reason I have to do the pick nearest is because the turtles are individual. So if you go in between them, the pin didn't know what to do. But as I jump on here, this should be the nearest floater. hate stupid stuff like this. Yeah, without the trigger wants it. What it's doing is it just keeps pinning and unpinning. Can you check if you're pinned or not? I don't think you can. Oh, it is pinned. Huh. Well, that'll work. Alright, we're good on the turtles again. Nope. Arrgh. What the heck? Sorry, it's the most boring stream ever tonight. It's almost like I'm pinning to the water. How fast he's like flying through there. Okay. You know what I think it is? I think it's something to do with the origins. Because I'm wondering if I jump on one of these right when another log's coming. Because this isn't multiple... No. It's not pinned. Huh. Alright, I gotta think for a second. It has something to do with my pick nearest. So my frog's origin is center. and the log's origins are upper left. So if he jumps here, right as this is right here, that's what's happening. So watch, if I jump on the first log just as the end of the second log's coming, I'll bet I'll pin to the top one, and that's why I scoot off the log real fast. Let's see. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, see right there? Alright, so that's what's happening. We know what's happening, now we gotta fix it. So, you can't pick nearest to frog Y. This is tricky. You almost need to set these to center. Unless there's another way to do the pick. Let's see, there's pick nearest. Pick by UID. Pick top bottom. Could do by unique identifier. Let's add a global variable that is floater UID. And we're going to say when our frog collides with a floater, we're going to set the value of the floater ID to floaters.uid. So now this global variable will store the UID of anytime I collide with a floater. It's going to store that. It's going to update this global variable with the UID of that floater. And then if instead of doing this pick, we do pick nearest pick UID floaters UID. Sure, why not? Sounds good. Alright, that worked. Sticking to the turtles. Come on, buddy. Urgh. Why would it even pin to those other ones now? Let me do debug here. Yeah, it's frustrating when something shouldn't take as long as it does, and then you're just dragging your feet for a while. Jumping into the debugger now, and I'm going to view. Where's my global variables? Floater ID. So I want to watch that. Ah. Okay. This is 45. Okay. So let's jump on here. 228. Log 2 is my problem child. Huh. That's true, man. That's true. I put a lot of time into making sure those courses come out smooth before I record them, or when I edit them. Okay, so if I'm not moving, if I'm overlapping a floater, and I'm not currently pinned to anything, because when I hit my control keys, I unpin automatically. I want to pick the instance with the UID floater UID and pin to that one. Question is, how in the world am I going to test this? Is the question. Alright, I need to figure out what's going on here. So I'm going to add a keyboard. When key is pressed, oops, not any key. Q. I'm gonna set the scale to time that to time scale plus 0.1. And when I press A, I'm going to set it to -1. So I should be able to control the scale now. So I can scoot up here. I can slow this way down. Alright. So I'm going to go into Debugger. And let's get up here where I need to be. And now let's slow everything down and stop it. Okay. So I got my logs. Log 2. Alright, let me get up where I need to be. Okay, so right now I want to look at this log 2. Alright, his UID is 122. And let's see, log 1 is 100. Okay, 100, 122. Okay, so let's speed this up and let's jump to here. My floater UID is 122. which is the top one. Okay, I know why. Got it! It is because it's actually colliding with this because I set these to binding boxes. So it's colliding with it by like 1 pixel. So what I need to do is something like this on all of my logs. That's good though. I'm glad I figured this out because that was a much better way of picking which floater I was jumping onto than doing the closest one. So alright, now we say a little prayer and hit play. And here we go. See if I can get this guy inside. Come on, mama. Yes. 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 Ah, I missed. After all that. Yay! Oh, game over. I lost a life there somewhere. Okay. I should probably do another animation check when I collide with grass. No. On collision with grass. This should actually be above this, because that should happen first. But this is a pretty tight. Oh man, I'm glad I got that solved. That was really starting to bug me. Alright. So let me make sure all my lives and stuff are working correctly now. So let me go down here and watch my lives. Okay, on a sinking turtle I should die once. 1 death, restart, okay. Getting hit by a car, 1 death. Yeah. Man, I'm not forgiving on my collisions. Forgiving on my collisions, aren't I? Well, that's like the real game. Oh. Alright, did I lose a life there? I think I did. Yeah, because it... Oh, see, I'm not remembering to save where I have those guys either. I need to do that. Okay, so I'm losing a life every time I go in there. So same thing. Let's get up there. Ah. I think it's happening because I'm colliding with the green. What am I doing? Okay. Let's get some collision boxes going on here. Grass. Yeah, see that's... Does that actually show the... No, it just shows the guy, not the collision box. From collision with happy zone. Oh. That's why I forgot to set the collisions when I put the new animations in for him moving. That would explain a lot of that. Okay. That one doesn't really matter, but oh, that's a nice job. Okay. Let's give that a whirl. I have 3 lives. Still have 3 lives. Except when I die now, everything resets and it takes away my dudes. So, and when my timer resets, I need to set this. Set frame to 0. Yeah. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those guys. So the easiest way, I think, to keep track of this is to use an array. So I'm going to call this array home safe. And it's going to have a width of 5. Uh, 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. Let's add an instant variable of home number. You will be home number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when this happens, and I should probably go ahead and put this in a function now because this is getting a bit... whatever. We'll keep it like this. We don't need it as a function right now. This be set to 0, not 1. We need to record which one this got into, so we need to say, yeah, function will be better here. function. Going home. So let's take all of this. Let's put it in going home. We're gonna have this call. Going home. And we want to pass a parameter of happy zone dot, what did I call that? Home number. So we're going to pass which zone we went into to our function. So we're going to do all this stuff, and then we're going to say oh, it has to be an action, so just, oops, right here. See, insert a new element and add an index on an access. So we want to insert value function dot param 0 index, a value of 1 in index function dot param 0. Oops, param 0 on the x-axis. So what this is going to do is back here, it's going to call this function. It's going to pass in which happy zone we're into based on the instance variable that we set, home number. So say it goes in the first one. So this will be sending 0 when it hits the function, and when it gets down to this part, it's going to insert a 1 at index 0 on the x-axis. So I know that there's a frog in number 1. So then what I need to do is on start of layout, why are those guys getting destroyed anyway? Oh, because it's restarting the layout. So we're going to add a sub event, and we're going to say for each X element, add a sub event, compare current value for the loop is equal to 1. Then create object happy on layer enemies at and those are the values I need to get. Oh, I can just spawn it. That's what I'm doing there. Okay. It. If current value equals 1, Oops. You can't. I'm trying to do this all fancy and no. We could do. This would be fun. Let's see if this works. For each happy zone. If happy zone home number is equal to array home safe dot current x. Yikes. For each happy zone, if the happy zone number equals current x, then happy zone spawn another object. Happy. Layer enemies. Add image point. Center. Is that right? Spawn image point center. Yeah. All right. I don't know if that's case sensitive, so let's do that. That is a whole lot of stuff right there. I'll be quite impressed if that works. So we're going to go through the whole array. And we're gonna start at 0. Check 0 index. If it's a 1, then go through each of the happy zones, find the one that matches the current X that we're on, and then spawn a happy there. Sure. That sounds good. Oops. I think I want to go in debug mode on this one. Because... yeah. Because, let me find my array. Alright, so here's my array. Let's see what we got here. So right now they're all 0. Let's cautiously make my... are you kidding me? Yikes. That is not supposed to happen. Huh. It worked, it just put it in the wrong one. Home number 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it's not restarting. Insert one index function. Temp home number. Set value of temp home number 2. That way I can watch it. Global, global, global. Okay, I don't need that anymore. So our temp home number is 0. Temp home number 2. And 2. So why did all of those? How many of those things is it spawning? Six of them. Well, one's already on my... Okay. But still. What in the world? I wonder if it's because by going into a function, I think you lose which one you specifically collided with. Yeah, so we need to do the same check here in our function. And then add a blank sub event. So basically, we do that there, and then the rest of this there. I think that should work. Except this isn't current X. This is where home number equals function dot param 0. Oops. Oh yeah, we want to debug this. Watch. Alright, so now we have 4 1. Okay, so now let's see. Let's get a couple more in there if we can, because I'm really freaking horrible at this game. Those middle logs going so fast is like throwing me. Did it really do that fast in the first stage? It's really not hard if you take your time, I guess. Alright, so I have them in 1 and 2. So why did it reset 4 to 0? So my code's working, but when I got the 1 in the second one, it reset my array on number 4 to 0. What any kind of code in here is telling you to do that? Right here. So we need to set this. No. Do I not want to do insert? No, insert's what I want. Okay, that's just weird. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit. Kind of a cool gameplay element where you can speed up and slow down time. Speed up. Alright, slow down. Okay, so that put... What the heck? That put 1 and 2, which is correct, and then deleted 3 and put 1 and 4. And now that did nothing. And my pin just broke right there. Why did that happen? See what happens if I get one of these earlier ones. So there's 1 and 1 and there's 1 and 3. It took out the 1 and 2. My temp number was 1. Let's see if I go back in here. Okay. Still a little buggy. Temp number 2, 0, 1, 2. Temp number 4 is 1 and 4, but now 3 is empty. Insert one on index function.param 0 on x-axis. There's nothing that would be setting the other ones to 0. That's just weird. What if I increase that by 1? Sometimes arrays can do some weird things. So I'm just gonna try setting that to the same thing. Why is it clearing out 4? And why, since I made this 6, did it not increase it in the debugger? Oh, you have to update it over here. La 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 la. All right. Why? Okay, this doesn't even come into play because I'm not starting the layout. It's all in here. Insert a value of 1 at index function parameter 0, which should be our happy zone home number, at axis X. Which it works fine. Then the next time you go through, it does it again, but it resets the previous one to 0. That shouldn't matter. Waste of time, waste of time. Okay, that went in 3. That went in 4. Okay, so that worked. So seriously, it was moving this up to here. Why would that make a difference? It's not like my function parameter is changing from up here to down here. I don't know, like I said, arrays can be funky. So there we go. There's probably some reason. I don't know. But there it goes. It's good. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Those two things going on just really burnt my head out today on the stream. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully watching me play the game and beat my head against the wall trying to figure out these bugs wasn't too annoying. But anyways, as always, man, guys, come back, and it's always cool if you guys ask questions or whatever you want to do, you know, in the chat. I'm just doing these games. These are nothing that I'm planning on like selling or anything. These are just kind of doing stuff you guys can watch, how to recreate these things and how to solve these problems, and hopefully help me out if I need help. And then if you have questions about anything in the meantime, just plop it in the chat, and I'll answer you as quick as I can. I have two screens, so I'm looking, when I'm looking at the chat, I'm actually looking at the camera, so you can see every time I look over at the chat. Alright, but I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I was hoping to get a little bit further on Frogger today, but did not. But I think we've got that at least solved. We've still got some pinning bugs from time to time. We'll get that solved. But I think the next step is, I don't know if I want to go ahead and create another level and increasing the speed of everything and kind of changing that, or just move on to a new game once we get this one buttoned up. I think I did what I wanted to do by creating this game and just showing the basics of get it running. So, alright guys, have a good night.